What's going on, fight fans? Just finished checking out the Shawn Porter, Adrian Granados fight. But before I touch on that, it was a slugfest too. But before I touch on that slugfest, let me touch on the one real quick that happened before that. Lipinix against Kondo. Lipinix won the fight. I felt that just sitting there watching it, that the fight was definitely closer than the scorecard said, in my opinion. I thought that Kondo had stayed in there. I thought he had a pretty good fight. I thought that he showed pretty decent skills with his jab and the body work. He didn't, he wasn't backing up or running, and I felt that he had a good showing of himself. But the judges saw it otherwise, and Lipinets wins. He remains undefeated, and he goes on. I don't know if he has a fight lined up next, but I was looking at who was up and around his in his range, because I want to say that he is top 10 ranked. And I was trying to figure out who would be a good fight for him. And I couldn't really think of anybody offhand. There was a few guys that stood out, like Adrian Broner. I definitely wasn't thinking about Crawford or Garcia for him. But maybe another guy, I would say ranked maybe between 8 and 12 would be a good fight for him. Off the top of my head, nobody really comes to mind. That's pretty much it for that fight. Let's move on to the Showtime Shawn Porter fight against Adrian Granados. Porter won. I thought he won. I know Granados kind of had a beef in the end, saying that he thought he won the fight, but I didn't think so. He did land some good straight rights, some good counter shots on Shawn Porter, but I didn't think it was enough to put him ahead on the scorecards. It was a rough, tough fight, but so are a lot of fights with Shawn Porter. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoy watching Shawn Porter fight. He is not the most skilled boxer out there, but he's a guy who will come forward. He never stops, and he doesn't tire out, and he definitely makes a fight a fight. He's a guy who will actually make you fight. And he goes on, he wins the fight by UD, and he called out Keith Thurman. They are saying that he's got his eye on a rematch with Keith Thurman. But to be honest, I have a fight in mind. I would like to see Shawn Porter get his hands on Jeff Horn. That's what I would like to see before the before the Keith Thurman rematch. Let's see him get his hands on Jeff Horn, win that title, and that could make the rematch with Keith Thurman maybe in later 2018 an even bigger fight. All right, that's pretty much all I have for that fight. I hope y'all saw it and enjoyed it as well. Catch y'all later.